On this episode of Negative Modifier, we'll be playing the game Deltagreen. Deltagreen is a mature tabletop RPG that tackles various dark and unsettling themes and topics that some listeners may find traumatizing, harmful, or generally uncomfortable. Listener discretion is advised. All right, so you've talked to Tranche. A team is on the way. Sundown is rapidly approaching, if not already kind of happened at this point. You have a library full of numerous occult texts and stranger. You have the police station that's potentially on your radar. They have some stuff that maybe is worth checking out there. You still have this radio you've not gotten batteries for. You have options, for lack of a better phrase. It's also been a full day. What's everyone thinking at this point? This operation has just gone from kind of weird to tad convoluted to, oh, there's absolutely something here that requires our attention. What are people thinking at this point?
So, do we want to go and see what happens with the old lady at night? You said it's been a full day, so night's coming.
Yeah.
And Tranche told us to... What does she want us to do with this old lady? She wanted us to kill her, right? This old lady isn't on the records, right?
Yeah.
She's not supposed to be there.
That is true.
Like, she should not exist.
Yeah. So, do we want to go talk to and take care of the old lady?
I would like to. That seems a little out of my comfort zone, to be quite honest. Part of me wants to stay here and just make sure that the team arrives and no one else kind of fuddles with the library. If you want to go ahead and get that handled, I think it would be better if I just did not get it.
Sorry, who's the researcher? Because whoever the researcher is going to have to be the one to talk to this lady.
Well, I mean, both of us are, right?
I mean, yeah, but this person doesn't exist. I mean, what are we looking for at this point? Or at least they're not supposed to exist.
See what she says? What she was saying seemed of interest to Tranche, so...
Well, so again, you have options. This might not be a bad time to split up, I guess. Like, there are various things you all could accomplish that do cater to your, let's call them, specific abilities, one would say.
Listen, you two are the brainiacs, so whatever you want to do, we can do.
Well, there's two of us. Tranche says that we've got some backup coming up. Let me stay here. I'll make sure things are going smoothly. I also kind of want to look, just kind of see if there's any kind of clues or hints to better understand, better get a profile of Manfred. I think I might be able to get that.
We're not splitting up. That's a bad idea. If we're going to go somewhere, we go as a group, or if we're going to stay here, we stay here, but separating is not an option. Also, you just said to stay here by yourself with a potentially magical Nazi wizard. Do you think that's a good idea?
He's not here. He's
not here now.
It's a library of a magical Nazi.
Yeah, in his house. He's not here now, but he will be later, and you want to be caught here by yourself?
Tranche has backup coming. So I fully expect that to at least be going, because we could either secure and make sure that this shit doesn't get out, or we could just kind of leave it up to chance. Because what if he cleans it out? At least there was some sort of stoppage to it. Remember, this is a vector. We have to take care of this.
Yeah, this is a vector. And if we leave it alone as it is, Tranche's people show up and do their thing. You sitting here by yourself potentially puts you at risk. This was by itself when we found it. It'll be by itself when we leave it.
I'm just so nervous about it not being by itself. I understand that that's going to be a big issue as well, but fine. If I have to, I'll stay with it then.
Give me an intelligence real quick.
Which one of us?
Agent Query.
That is a 49 out of 75% success.
Tranche said cleanup team or something along those lines.
She said the exterminators, or like the pest control.
Yeah. There's a decent chance that when they show up, this all goes away permanently.
Listen, we need to run down anything that could lead to more vectors, okay? If there's a cleanup team coming to clean up, let's make sure we've got everything out of it, you know? We don't want the next team to have bad intel on something we could have picked up.
All right. Tranche is a cleanup team coming. We'll trust Tranche. That is such a wild statement to say. if anything, that we could trust Tranche to do is to delete shit that should not be there. We've been given a mission. Or we've been given an objective. Let's go deal with that objective.
Agreed.
I mean, that's a side objective, technically.
Hmm.
Maybe it's related. Maybe it's not. Just saying.
Let's go check it out. What's the worst that happens? One of us dies?
You all were arguing that I was going to die waiting here to make sure this shit was...
Okay, I didn't argue that for one. And for two, you're less likely to die if there are 3 people for the people to choose from the kill.
I completely understand. Now, if this is something that we are going to be taking on next, I do have a little bit of a concern because we do have a tail. Remember that Wayne Turner?
Yeah.
Do we know where he's at? Do we know where, if we go talk to Victoria?
Look, I'm not sure he can make it back there.
All right. Then what about Nurse Clark?
What about him?
Isn't that the staff member that's assigned to her?
Yeah.
Wouldn't he be involved? He was the one who let us in last time. Or the fact that there's going to be now like a second mysterious death at the specific...
There's about to be a bunch of mysterious deaths here. The dude was the one who told us to come back and see her at night anyways. He said there's a cleanup team coming in. There's about to be a bunch of people that disappear.
I'm going to follow your lead on this.
Whoa, no. I'm not in charge. You point at somebody and I will kill them. You tell me to keep someone safe, I'll do my best. I'm not for thinking out plans and much beyond that. I don't know if you've picked up on it, but I kind of get along with this very specific group of people. Other people can't really stand me. Don't know what the fucking problem is.
I see. Well, if anything, I will be right back. Actually, I would like to go to the library and I would like to grab Manfred's journal.
Okay. You've not found a journal yet. There are several things that look like a journal, potentially.
Oh, I thought we had he had like a book that it looked like he was writing in.
There was a book that looked like he was writing in. Never said it was a journal.
Oh, okay. Can I find out what that is?
All right. So the book that was kind of on the little stand that had the swastika on the cover of it is 23 pages long. It's kind of, it feels almost like a field manual or like something you would publish in a cheap way. You don't speak any German, do you?
I don't.
No.
Victor, any foreign language, specifically German?
No.
Yeah. So written across the cover of this book in kind of in big block, very generic letters is the phrase, as best you're kind of fumbling through German because you do not speak German, Monteglepen des Unterblechen Juden.
Oh, can I use computer science to see if I could Google Translate this?
You absolutely can try and type that in, yes.
Awesome.
You're about to get flagged on the internet.
I've got a VPN. I am a journalist. I've got weird... I can do weird shit, I feel like. 43 out of 60% success.
It roughly translates as best your kind of translation program can work through to assembly diagram of the immortal Jew.
Huh?
Can I open it and flip through it?
Yeah. So the inside of the book, as I said, it's 23 pages long. It is a collection of, as best you can tell, Hebrew and German writing in a variety of diagrams and notes, some of them handwritten, some of them not. You can't really tell what you're looking at. Do you have any art skills or anthropology by any chance? I guess archaeology would apply to this some too.
I love how that is all skills that I could have picked out for my media specialist tree, but that is not something that I have done. I have a 40 in history.
Give me a history. We'll see how this applies.
And a 70 in occult.
Give me the occult.
Cool. That is a 3% success in the occult.
So you have no idea what you're looking at, obviously, because you don't speak German and don't read Hebrew and a variety of other things. But like the vibe as you're flipping through this kind of weird 23-page manual, it really does feel like a manual. It is almost like you can't understand what it's saying, obviously, but it's very much this is a set of instructions on how to make something occult, given the kind of presence of various weird symbols you're seeing and kind of like what you're guessing are probably spells or something that's kind of based how they're written in there. Like have the notes you're seeing seem to be corrections to that and stuff like that. But like, it's almost like someone was trying to publish assembly guide for something occult.
If it's only 23 pages, within like 5 minutes, would I be able to like do a document scan on my phone?
You could document scan it. Translating it's going to be hard.
Oh, yeah. No, when I say document scan, I'm basically just taking a photo, like just a photo of each page.
Yeah.
High res, so that way I can refer back to that.
Sure.
Cool.
That's definitely doable.
Awesome. Is that like the most recent, what looks like to be the most recent book that he's touched? Is there anything else that looks like it's been?
That was the only thing that was out.
That was the only thing that was out. May I do one last look to see if there's anything that looks like it is particularly used? Like whether or not, like I know that there's like a whole bunch of ancient books or like...
I will open roll for this one. There's a collection of books. They're all kind of laid out on a shelf in what appears to be an order of some type, going from visibly the oldest to the newest type of thing, that definitely seem to have the most spine creasing on them.
That's what I was looking for. Okay, cool. I would like to record the titles of those, if possible.
There are no titles. They are just generic, kind of leather-bound looking things unless you open them up.
Can I open them up? Is there like a flyleaf or is there like a title in the book?
Sure. You got which side of this kind of gradient of agedness are you going with?
Let's do one old, one modern.
Like, do you own like the first one, or are you going all the way to like you're just kind of picking one at random?
Let's do random. How many books are there?
Say like 30.
Oh my God. I want to pick what looks to be like the most contemporary book and one random old book. Can I roll for just like whatever for the old book? Or do you just want to give it to me?
Just pick them up. They're books. You can kind of tell by sight.
Okay, cool.
You open up the books. The first page for both of them is the same. You've apparently picked number 7 and number 23 in this series of books. A couple words you don't recognize if you don't speak German, and then the name you're guessing of Sebastian Gunter.
Sebastian. Okay, dope. So I'm going to put those books down, and I think that will conclude the end of my last minute investigation.
All right.
Cool. I'm going to just meet back up with the team. All right. Well, I think I got some names, and I think I have at least something to kind of get into the mind of Manfred. I'm still a little nervous, but I'm good to go, at least for the time being.
Okay. Well, sounds like we need to pay a visit to someone who shouldn't exist. This will be fun.
Let's do it.
I'll have my security footage by then. So let's stop by the front office on the way.
It's probably a good idea to stop by this front office to do that. I wonder if they could stop security footage, or we could stop security footage while we're there.
We could always ask. I mean, why not?
While we are traveling to the home, I would like to start looking into a Sebastian Gunter.
All right.
And researching that on the way.
So how are you going about researching this?
From my knowledge, the books that I picked up, do they look self-published, or do they look like published anthology from like a professional publishing house?
The number 7 and number 23 books, you mean?
Yes.
Very self-published. If you'd spent more time looking at them beyond the first page, you might have guessed they were journals or something like that even.
God damn it. Okay.
I mean, do you want to quickly Google the words that were on the first page by the word Sebastian Gunter?
That'd be great.
This journal is the property of Sebastian Gunter.
Oh, okay. Damn it. Wait, hold on. Something about that is interesting because it was very old to contemporary. Have we left?
I'm willing to say you haven't, kind of. You said you wanted to research on the way there. We haven't really started driving just yet.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm going to start the car. I'll be right back. And I want to run back upstairs, and I'm grabbing like 3 of those journals.
Going with the oldest ones, the most recent ones. Which ones are you going with?
The oldest looking one, the newest looking one, and one random in between.
Yep. So what do you do with them now? Do you have them?
Shove them in my jacket and run back downstairs.
All right. I meant more like if you're driving, what are you doing with the books, or what is your goal with these books?
I'm going to look through them and see if there's anything that I can catch. English and German have loan words, very similar words, and maybe hopefully there is a description of Sebastian Gunter even. I kind of want to see if there's like an app on my phone that'll do like live translations, much like how like the Google Lens will just do that. See if I could kind of parse through the broken English to better understand who this person is.
All right. So Agent Quandy, Agent Quickdraw, you're kind of driving back to Emerald Estates at this point as Agent Query is kind of flipping through these books.
Yep.
Sounds about right.
You helping at all, Quantity, or just kind of focused on driving?
I'm just going to focus on driving.
Fair enough. Yeah, so Agent Query, unsurprisingly, the contents of these books are written in German, a very stylized calligraphy style penmanship as well, which makes scanning and translating incredibly hard. It also makes scanning for kind of shared words incredibly hard. The earliest one you grab, though, the first date is from 1891.
And the most recent date
is from about a week ago.
Oh, fuck. Huh. That's concerning. So these journals are about, I want to say, 200 years old? 220?
Give or take, yeah.
Yeah.
Closer to like 100 and some odd change.
Oh. These journals are about 100-ish, between 100 and 200 years old, all written by the same person.
I put my earbuds in. I don't want to hear it.
Okay, 200 years old.
Yeah. So, I understand that people don't live that long. Edward is kind of pushing it at 101, but those similarities, I just want to say those similarities are a little concerning.
Now, both of you give me a sand check as you're contemplating the implications of this.
You need to do one as well?
Nah, you put your earbuds in fast enough.
Okay.
97 out of 70% failure on my end.
92 out of 85% failure.
Just a point of sand damage. Nothing horrible happens. But yeah, this is weird. Like, as you extrapolated, if these journals are to be believed, this person lived for over 100 years and they started journaling before the 1900s even began, and you would assume have been taking notes about something that entire time. They've filled up quite a few journals, which makes sense if you've been collecting your thoughts and whatnot over the span of literally over a century. Given what else you found in there, it seems like a pretty safe bet to make the jump that they found some way of extending their life, hypothetically. Also, the translation of the manual you made, or the manual you found, definitely seems to tie into that.
Are the handwritten notes similar to the journals?
Incredibly.
Fuck. I'm going to put the books aside for a little bit, and I want to start researching whatever I can find about a Sebastian Gunter. First, kind of seeing if there's any kind of historical notes about Sebastian around like you said 1890 something?
Yeah.
About around like 1890, and then kind of seeing if there's any like hits about colleges or like academic stuff with that.
Yeah. Give me a search as you kind of try and delve the internet for one Sebastian Gunter.
That is a 52% success.
So you don't find much, and what you do find implies that in the grander scheme of history, Mr. Gunter was relatively unimportant There are some references to him kind of around the turn of the century, around the early 1900s. But the most kind of concrete thing you find is a reference to him being a Nazi researcher and scientist that kind of dabbled in the occult. He was one of the many that kind of mixed the sciences of the time with a more kind of strange occultism that was prevalent in the Nazi party at the time as well.
Is there a photo of him?
No, that's kind of been lost to time.
Okay.
Very minor figure. Maybe a couple references to him being a member of something called the Thule Society or something like that, but not a lot, really. A lot of people at the time were members of the Thule Society, though, too. It was just kind of one of the occult clubs that existed within the weird occultism the Nazis were weirdly into.
All right. So with that being said, I want to turn to the most recent journal, who you said that the journal entry was dated about a week ago, correct?
Yep.
I'm going to focus my efforts into getting as best of a translation as I can of that specific journal entry.
Again, it's this very flowing, stylized, calligraphy-esque writing that makes understanding it unbelievably hard. Like you're having a hard time piecing out letters, and you don't speak the language, or trying to find words that you can try and translate. It's incredibly difficult.
If anything, I was going to say like that would take up the rest of my time on this ride, maybe, or doing as best as I can.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like, oh, I'm going to look at this and do whatever the heck. It's like, no, I'm going to spend however long the rest of the ride is.
No, it makes sense. Yeah. Your only real takeaways is that at some point in this book, he swapped from blue ink to black ink. And that there is a section about a month and a half ago where there's a couple entries that have a bit more of a kind of frenzied is the wrong phrase, but like he was pressing harder when he wrote these. There's more kind of energy behind it. There's kind of a emotion coming off the writing that the other stuff seems to lack. You will also note that as you kind of go through these in more detail, there's diagrams, there's notes. Again, it's all in German. You can't quite figure out what you're talking about. There appears to be what you'd guess like a list, and maybe a shopping list that has stuff crossed off on it or something like that. But again, don't speak German, can't really kind of figure out what's going on. Again, it's this very artistic, over-the-top kind of flowing handwriting.
Right.
All right, but you arrive back at the Emerald Estates. I'm assuming you park and go inside?
Yep. I will pop my headphones out as for whom the bell toll comes to an end, and I will hop out of the car.
Yeah, so as you walk in, the woman at the front desk kind of gestures at you. You're the ATF agents, right?
The very same.
Good. She kind of hands a box over to you. This is all that they were capable of rounding up for you on Mr. Ackerman. It's mostly a box of like CDs and like little flash drives and stuff like that. They had quite a bit. Apparently you asked for a bunch. Some paperwork in there. He didn't have a lot of visitors. He was kind of just a kind of solitary old man. I remembered him some, but
Yeah, a little bit of a loser, huh?
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I think it was Mr. Newman came over almost daily to play chess with him, I think, which good for Mr. Newman. I don't think Mr. Ackerman was really capable of playing much, but every day around the same time.
Question: the security tapes have Manfred Newman on them by chance?
I suspect at least he's on there at least once or twice. Again, you asked for a lot of stuff, basically anything pertaining to Mr. Ackerman.
Can you give me a really quick physical description of Manfred Newman by chance, please? Or do you have a photo of him?
I'm sure we do. I'd have to dig it out of the records, though, or through the system. I'm not supposed to really give that out. I didn't put this together, obviously. This came from our security team. I suspect there's probably something in there. Is Mr. Newman okay? Is he in some type of trouble?
Maybe.
Oh, no.
Could you? Yes. It's hard to say, but there is something that I would just like to be able to recognize him if I run across him and ask him a couple questions.
Well, yes. I can see what I can find. I do hope he's okay. His nephew was so nice.
Nephew?
Hang on. I kind of like start scrolling through some stuff. Yes, a man by the name of Reinhard Galt. Reinhard Galt. That's how you pronounce this. He only visited a few times, a very handsome man. Oh, they came to visit Mr. Ackerman at one point.
When was that?
Goes to the log sum again. Got to hear some tapping. Oh, it's been at least a few years.
How long ago? Like, can you give me a closer estimate?
It doesn't go back that far. It was at least a year or two ago. A very nice, talkative man. That's kind of why I remember him. Stood out here, kind of gestures around. We don't get a lot of young nephews here.
All right, cool. Could you, that physical description though, like, can you, like, how tall, any kind of defining characteristics? For both of them.
Blonde. I think he was kind of model-esque, if I remember correctly. Again, just very, very handsome. A little arrogant, if I remember correctly, but nice enough man.
Would you say he was about like 6 feet, 6'3", 5'8"?
Probably at least 6 feet, but also kind of gestures around. Everyone here seems tall by comparison to most of our residents.
Understood. That's helpful. That's helpful. You wouldn't happen to say Reinhardt Galt's like probable age, would you? Or even Manfred?
I'm sorry, I don't remember. I just definitely younger than Mr. Newman. Called him his nephew, so I'm assuming, I guess, his sister's kid. Mr. Newman was, kind of should tap some numbers, in his late 60s or so, if I remember correctly. So he could have been anywhere between, I don't know, 20 and 40, hypothetically.
Perfect. Thank you so much. That's, if anything, I'll go ahead and review the tapes if I can see Mr. Newman. Yeah, it'll be helpful. At least it's helpful for understanding like what to be looking for.
Sure. Will there be anything else?
Not that I can immediately think of.
Kind of nods at this and goes back to kind of doing something on the computer in front of her.
All right. Well, then, shall we continue heading over to? Oh gosh, what was their name?
Let's step outside real quick.
Okay.
We started talking and we were still inside where someone was able to overhear. I just wanted to make sure that we were A-okay with the next upcoming plans. I understand that you did not want to split up, but there's a lot of footage that I kind of want to go over if possible. I've got my laptop with me. Do you mind if I stay in the car and try to work this out?
I mean, the car is fine. It's just having you off-site further away was the concern, especially being at a location where we were potentially going to have, Manfred show up. But
I think we should stay together no matter what. Remember when we showed up here with like 14 people and there are 3 of us left?
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know if either of you are good at fighting. I mean, if you are, then sure, it's fine for you to go off on your own. But if you're not, I mean, some schmuck could just walk up and take you, and what are we going to do?
Look, I'm not exactly the best at fighting. I mean, if you're going to give me a crossword puzzle, maybe sure, but beyond that.
Listen, we're going to have to drive back. I think there'll be plenty of time for you to check it out then. But one of you needs to figure out the security footage.
Well, we need to start just going through it now then.
Either of you packing?
I mean, technically, we should all be packing.
I'm just making sure.
I mean, like, you gave us a gun.
I'm just making sure you didn't leave it somewhere.
No. We've been on and off in an are we in danger? Are we not in danger sort of situation? I mean, like you said, there was a bunch of people here, and then now they're all gone.
Look, so I'm just making sure. I didn't know if you guys were able to hold on to it after the hospital or not. Just checking.
We're solid.
All right. Look, I'm not your dad, so if you want to stay out here and do it on your own and you think you're going to be fine, then that's great. I'm just saying that I'm not going to be able to get to you in time if something goes wrong.
For whatever reason, I feel like I should be okay. But if your professional opinion is for us to stick together, then we'll stick together.
Yeah, I have to keep 2 of you alive. It would be easier if you're both in one spot.
All right. So I'll hold on to this and I'll just I'll put the tapes in my backpack. So secondary thing, security footage or security in general. how do we get access to Victoria and be alone with Victoria?
Seems like the dude's happy to leave us alone with her, so.
Okay, but then what happens afterwards?
What do you mean?
Tranche wanted us to get rid of her, right?
I say we leave that for the cleanup team.
All right.
I mean, I'll do it if we have to. If it's necessary, but the cleanup team's going to be here. Let them deal with it.
All right. I would say let's call her, or at least let's text her and let her know that this is happening. So that way she could send, I don't know, another cleanup team, or the cleanup team has a second stop to get to.
Your call.
I'll go ahead and text her right now then. I'm just going to text Tranche at Emerald Estates, correcting Victoria's medical records.
You get no response.
Cool. No response, but I'm going to imagine that she's going to get that. So how did you all imagine that this was going to go? Because I don't know what the first step is.
Look, are either you good at talking?
I mean, what are you expecting to ask? Oh, hey, by the way, just want to check and see if you're fucking real.
No, I'm talking about the cameras. Either you good at talking. Once we get in there, I don't know what the fuck we're going to deal with, but we got to get the cameras off. Either you good at talking?
I can keep them busy. Yeah, sure.
Well, we need them to turn them off. So maybe
I've got some legal jargon. I minored in law and have a little bit of bureaucracy stuff, so I could probably start just bullshitting my way through. Table talk. I have a bureaucracy of 70 and a law of 60. Alex, do you have anything stronger?
I have a persuade at 60 and a charisma of 75.
I feel like persuade. I feel like you're going to be the better point. Actually, no, we are both at the same with that.
Yeah. So
listen. Why don't you just say this? Say we're conducting our interview with people. We want our own tape in that's going to be turned into evidence. You can't have the tape because it's part of an active investigation. Thoughts? Legal jargon?
So just to zoom out for a quick second, you want to interrogate a resident you have no relationship to after hours or at night when you've been told various residents of her type tend to have issues type of thing. Just clarifying what you're going for and that's really the plan.
The layperson's not going to know the difference.
also, I mean, it's late at night. We're talking to a resident. I don't think there are cameras inside the actual resident rooms. So I don't know what cameras we're planning on turning off in the first place.
It depends. In higher security facilities, they might have cameras in the resident's room, especially if they think they might do something to hurt themselves. Did we see cameras in her room?
I don't remember seeing any.
Wouldn't there be an invasion of privacy too?
Yeah. Look, I think we're overanalyzing this whole situation. We're the fucking ATF. We just tell them, hey, like if there's any footage that's potentially recording or anything like that stuff, we need to turn it off because we're conducting an investigation. There's that. Like what? We're overcomplicating things.
I mean, if you guys don't think that they're recording, then we don't need to say anything.
We don't. I don't do.
Quantity, I'm going to go ahead and put you on point with this because I'm still we're about to abduct and eliminate somebody. So I'm very uncomfortable with this.
I thought we're leaving the cleanup of this woman to the cleanup team.
Oh, okay.
We're seeing if she has any other leads on vectors before the cleanup team shows up.
Okay. I thought everyone was just very blasé about just abducting and murdering an elderly woman. We are just going to ask her questions. Okay. I feel much better about that. Why don't we just take her for a walk?
Sure.
At night.
At night.
Okay. All right. So you go inside and head up to her floor?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and head on over.
All right. Yeah. You get inside. No one seems to stop you. You head upstairs. The right floor, you get off. Nurse Clark is kind of pushing a trolley of some type and nods at you as he walks by and kind of like flashes you a smile and says, "Came back for the show, huh?"
Yeah, something like that. Sure.
Not been a bad night so far. Minor weird, I guess. Victoria's room, I assume?
Yes, please.
All right, so puts key in the door, unlocks it for you. Door swings in. Victoria Nefali is sitting there, as much she was earlier. She seems a tad more relaxed, if you will. There's not a tenseness to her. She seems a little more animated, a little more human, for lack of a better phrase. She still has this kind of stretched, elderly look to her type of thing, just in her face, and kind of as the skin hangs on her bones. She is toying with a necklace. It's a simple chain with a small black polished rectangle on it, and she kind of looks up as you come in. Oh, you're back.
You remember us.
I don't get many visitors, let alone ones that take me for such a nice walk.
Would you like to take another?
Oh no, it's quite past my bedtime, unfortunately. I'm not as young as I used to be. I used to be quite the party girl back in my youth. Always going to Stephen Alz's crazy parties at that club of his. I like to be in bed at a reasonable hour these days, though. Is Nurse Clark with you? It's about time to tuck me in.
Perhaps. I mean, soon, but we wanted to chat with you for a bit if that was okay.
Oh, what a belt. I'm just a simple old woman who doesn't know much. What could I possibly know that might be of interest to you?
Well, for one, when did you first come here?
She kind of pauses and kind of tilts her head some. Oh, I feel like I've always been here in some ways. It's so hard to remember things these days. The days just blur together, if you will. I can remember a long time ago, and now I suppose. I remember my great-grandmother, Alexandra, though. It was such a tragedy when she died. I guess not died. She more went missing, I suppose. But back in those days, missing was just code for something.
Code for what?
Oh, you know how it is. People didn't like talking about when women went missing back then. Was uncomfortable for some. So rather than say died or were murdered or something more horrible, they just went missing. She kind of outstretches a hand. Please come in so I can see you better. My eyes, she gestures at her very milky white eyes, aren't quite what they used to be.
I'll step in.
I'll step in as well.
She kind of appraises you all.
I haven't stepped in yet. Is there anything off about her? Like, is anything off about just the room or that situation?
No.
There's not like a weird little detail where the shadows don't match up or anything else like that?
No, not that you've noticed. I mean, she's talking. She didn't talk at all the last time you saw her. And she was tense and kind of freaked out and made weird eye contact with stuff constantly.
And now she's very much relaxed, you're saying?
Yep.
And Nurse Clark, where is he at?
He's kind of off down the hallway.
Off down the hallway?
Yeah, you hear his cart going away in the distance.
Hey, Nurse Clark just left. Do you want me to stay out here so I can let you guys out?
Put a doorstop in if you want. Sure, there's something we can use.
I wouldn't worry too much, dearie. I don't think your visit will be a long one.
Is there a doorstop?
Yeah, there's probably a doorstop.
Cool. I'll go ahead and throw on a doorstop and head in.
Well, now, 3 new faces come to see me. Well, I haven't had a guest since... Well, the nurses don't really count. I suppose since Samantha Peters put me here to rot.
Who's Samantha Peters?
Pierce, just horrible woman. Constantly trying to get out of deals. Just absolutely unlikable. Completely untrustworthy.
You wanted to tell us about your ancestor.
Oh, my great-grandmother, you mean?
Yeah.
I suppose I should say great-great-great-grandmother. Remarkable woman. She worked in medicine, if I remember correctly. It's been such a long time. Lived for such a long time for someone of her age, too. Just a remarkable woman. And it's truly tragic she just went missing one day.
How old was she when she went missing?
That's the strange part. I don't rightfully remember. The way my mother used to tell it, she just It almost seemed like she vanished in the prime of her life, but that can't possibly be true.
Why not?
She shrugs at this. Who knows, really? Kind of goes back to kind of thumbing her necklace a little bit. But I suppose the Watcher sees all.
The what?
The Watcher?
Oh, you know. Chaos creeps across the stars. It draws ever nearer. And he doesn't care. He doesn't care about any of this. This isn't something he cares about at all. It's not one of his things.
Does the Watcher have a name?
She looks at you confused. I'm sorry, who?
Never mind. Nothing. Never mind. What's your mother's? Did you ever mention your mother's name?
Kind of pauses for a second, seems to think really hard for a second. Oh, I don't seem to be able to remember right now, but I remember whenever I think of my mother, I think of Florence? Something like that. The city, I must have lived there at one point or something. It's so hard to remember these things.
What's that necklace you're wearing?
Oh, a little keepsake, if you will. Apparently it belonged to my great-great-grandmother, Alexandra, at one point. Family heirloom, you could say. It's been passed down through the women in my family, or so I was told.
Well, I've got nothing else that I needed to ask or need to ask. Actually, one last thing. You mentioned Stephen Alziz.
Oh, he was a great man, a nightclub owner back in I think it was the 70s, 80s, a time long past, but they say what once was often comes back around. You're in a nightclub or something like that, if I remember correctly. Through the most wonderful parties. Was always planning for the end of the world was the joke. Kind of tilts her head side as though she's listening to something for a split second. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm taking up too much of your time. Like I said, he doesn't care about this one. He's not going to get in your way, and none of this matters. I do hope I haven't wasted your time.
Side question, since you're kind of awake and talking to us now, you ever interact with any of the other residents here at night?
Oh, they keep me contained in my room here. It's not safe out there, after all. I hear people drop dead all the time.
Yeah, it seems to be the case, but just out of curiosity, anybody by the name of Manfred Newman come by and visit you by any chance?
She kind of like scratches her chin for a second. No, I don't remember Manfred Newman ever coming by.
Do you know Sebastian Gunther? Or Gunter?
She kind of shrugs at this. Perhaps at one point. It's hard to keep track of things. I can barely keep track of my nurses as well. They come, they go. Most of them aren't especially memorable.
Okay. One more, and this is purely just out of pure curiosity. Does the name Tranche mean anything to you?
Piper, side eyes quantity.
It's French, I believe. No, I don't know anyone by that name.
Okay. Well,
kind of looks around. Oh, fiddlesticks, look at the time. I really must be getting to bed. I do hope you find whoever, whatever you're looking for.
All right. Well, we'll call in Nurse Clark here shortly, and we'll get you to bed.
As we are leaving, or I'm going to be the last person out, as we're leaving, whether subconsciously or consciously, I turn off the lights to her room before I close the door.
Okay, give me alertness.
That is a 78% failure.
Is anyone else looking into the room still, or are you all outside by now?
I was probably standing by the door, just making sure that everyone was getting out. So I'll roll a luck check and see.
Yeah.
I will say I was walking out since we were heading out, or at least motioning to head out.
48% success. So you decide, Charlie, is that good or is that bad?
You mean alertness?
99 fumble.
All right. So, Agent Query, you don't see anything, but as the lights go out, Agent Quickdraw, you see a handsome man standing in the room for a split second, hand on Victoria's shoulder. And he smiles directly at you and with this kind of just uncomfortable grin on his face of familiarity and goes, be seeing you. Give me a sand check.
Good time. 21% success out of 35.
It's only 1 point of sand damage, thankfully.
I'm gonna pass this off onto my my battle buddy.
Sure.
He says this to me every time we're going on leave.
Makes sense.
I don't lose any sanity, but I take 3 off the bond.
All right. And at the exact second you think that, your phone buzzes.
Yeah, I'll just kind of turn around like I'm crazy and pull it out of my pocket and answer it without looking who's calling.
It's not a call, it's a text.
Oh, I'll take a look.
It's from your buddy. And it says, tell your boss I say hi.
I look back for a second, lock my phone and put it in my pocket and look between the other two, see if they've seen anything or heard anything. But I assume that I don't see them looking confused like I do. So I just start walking down the hall back towards the exit.
Yeah. Nothing weird happened.
Yeah, I was walking out already, so I did not see anything.
I want you to know I have a 90 alertness. I have literally a 2% chance to critically fumble.
All right. So you're out in the hallway. I'm assuming you've closed the door to Victoria's apartment. What you doing at this point?
Well, we still need to get D batteries.
We can grab those at some point later this evening. I'm sure there's a 24-hour store somewhere we can stop by.
And just, what's it called? This is a little bit of table talk. For whatever reason, my notes with Horace Miller just says resident. I'm trying to remember, was there something that he said in regards to when he was putting on his clothes? I felt like he said something about an evening meeting, or he was getting somewhere.
Dinner. He was just going to dinner.
Oh, he was going to dinner. Okay. All right. So there wasn't anything else that was specifically important to him. Okay, never mind.
I mean, someone else implied something about him too that you may have written down that maybe your confusion is coming from.
That he was sleeping with another character?
Yes, that is true. Wayne Turner also had some choice things to say about Mr. Miller.
Can I roll an intelligence check to see if I remember this?
Yeah.
That's a 41% success.
I'm not going to say it totally, but he implied something about Mr. Miller's wife, who's been dead for quite some time.
Oh, that he could have been committing. Oh, he killed his wife. Maybe. Okay, I think that's where I got my wires crossed. I remember Tranche saying that we need to get rid of her because she should not exist.
That was Victoria.
That was Victoria, yeah.
That was Victoria, yes. And that's why I thought what we were doing right now was to eliminate Victoria off the playing board.
I mean, we haven't ruled that off. We were going to walk outside the room, but we hadn't made that decision yet. I think we were going to regroup outside the door, not exactly in sight of her, to discuss that. At least that's what I was going to do next.
Do we hear Nurse Clark anywhere close?
You probably hear the cart off in some distance. Maybe you hear the occasional door open and close and the shuffle of something, but you don't hear them nearby, no.
Okay. I'm assuming we're all outside her room, or I guess I don't know if I can call it a room, but maybe her
apartment, her room, interchangeable at this point.
Her apartment, yeah. Okay, door's closed. So I look at the other two and I go, okay, so that was not creepy at all. So we getting rid of her?
I ain't touching her.
What changed your mind?
Yeah, I look over at Quick Draw. I'm like, what's going on?
Something in there with her. I don't want to mess with it.
Define something in there with her.
How do I define something in this line of work?
Well, you use your words and you give us a somewhat of an idea. You saw something or you felt something. Use your words.
Yes, something that I cannot explain, a thing, a person, when you turn the lights off, said, be seeing you.
That just happened right now.
Yep.
And it wasn't her?
Wasn't her. It's a man standing next to her.
Fuck.
So the cleanup crew can deal with that.
Okay, well, add it to the cleanup crew list.
Could someone else text her? Because I don't think she's gotten back to me.
Tranche hasn't gotten back to you?
I don't think I've received a text message back. I checked my phone. Has there been a response to my text to Tranche?
No text.
As in, when you say no text, as in like the text that I sent does not exist anymore, or like no text?
Oh, no response. No response.
Oh, okay.
All right. I'll type up a quick message and I'll say, talk to Victoria. Very weird vibe. Quick Draw said there was a man in the room when we hit the lights off that be seeing you soon or something like that. Definitely looks like something Plena crew should look at. Send.
So what's the plan now? You're going to go back to your hotel and try and like sort through the footage? You're going to go by the police station. Where are you off to now?
I think at this point, police station, E-battery is on the way, hotel to watch the footage, and then come back the next day around noon with the radio to see what we can get off of that.
I mean, radios in theory work from anywhere, but yeah, fair.
Well, I mean, I would assume I want to be in that area because who knows if it's a shortwave type setup.
Sure. All right. So police station?
Yeah.
On behalf of all of us at Negative Modifier, thank you for listening, and we do hope you enjoyed this episode. If you are not already a subscriber, please consider becoming one, partially so you do not miss our next episode, but mostly because it helps new listeners find us. In addition to that, if you liked the episode, please consider clicking the thumbs up button below. If you'd like to further support the show, please consider joining us on Discord or becoming a Patreon patron.